Aloha, friends. Welcome to the 717 Divine Union Portal. Alrighty, so I do want to welcome you to our new YouTube channel, Radiant Love Vibrations. We have all received, so myself, my husband, our union, our family has received an upgrade. And we're ready to push forward and get out some of the stuff that we've been holding off for years now. Stuff that has come through that we have either prepared in some way or fully to be distributed out to the collective and to be received. And this is one of them. This is a divine union reading. I do feel like I'm going to be doing these more often than I was originally expecting. So if you are in union, in union, and this is, they're telling me not just, okay, can you confirm, Spirit? Okay, so these are love unions, meaning a relationship, a loving, intimate relationship. And these are not just divine unions. These are also soulmate unions. So a divine union is what some people would refer to as twin flames. We do not use that term because of the vibration that it carries. However, it's a union that is basically here to help shift the collective consciousness, to anchor love of their union into earth, and to help others rise. And soulmate unions are unions that you've connected with in a past lifetime and you're coming back together in this lifetime. And not everyone will come together with a divine union in this lifetime. So this may be a lifetime where you don't connect with the divine union, where perhaps your soul came into one body instead of two. However, there are soulmates out there that you can connect with and have an absolutely amazing love life with. So just to get that out, they wanted me to share that with you first. Now, there are 3 different piles today, and the interesting part about this is after I pulled the cards and I got them set up and ready to go, I heard this is not a choice. Normally you would choose between pile 1, 2, and 3. However, they've told me that each pile is for a different type of union. So, I'm going to tell you what they are and then channel any other messages that want to come through before we jump into it. All right, so we have this first one here. This first pile is for those that are currently in divine union. You've connected in the physical, you've been growing together, and even though you may be going through some cycles, the union is overall in a good place. And so that is going to be pile number 1. Pile number 2 is a union that has connected in the physical and then separated. So for some reason, something shifted. Maybe one of you wasn't growing as quick as the other one was. There was a shift in the evolution. And this union started in the physical and has now been separated. All right, and then this final pile here is going to be unions who have not come together in the physical yet. So this is anyone who is connected with their union through the astral space, felt their presence, maybe felt like there was a new love coming in, been to maybe a reader or a channel and they've told them there was a new love coming in. So this one is not yet in the physical. So we have in the physical, doing well for the most part, physical and separated, and then not yet in the physical. Okay, so I will also put that in the description so you can double check there and see. But I am going to start today with, they're telling me to start with this one. Okay, I'm going to start with the one that is, has not come into union yet. Okay, that makes sense because they want me to build it up. So they're saying the one that has not come into union yet is what we'll be starting with. Any other messages real quick while I have all of the collective here at once, Spirit? Anything else that wants to come through for unions? Oh, they're saying breathe. Breathe. There are a lot of transitions happening. Oof, goodness. There are a lot of transitions happening. Transitions with the upgrades of those that are already in physical union, transitions of those that are in separation. That one I feel like really needs to take some slow, deep breaths and just ground into the body. And then transitions for those who are getting closer to coming into the physical. What last steps you have to take before you get there. So, yes, breathe and relax your body. We're going to bring all of our energy into this reading so that we can get everything that we need out of it and know where we are at with our unions moving forward. Now, I am in divine union. For those of you who are not familiar with my story, my husband and I came into union a few years back, and we have been anchoring our love into Gaia ever since. We have definitely had our ups and downs, moved through some cycles, and we are for the most part doing well. So, okay, they're like, don't downplay your relationship. We're doing amazing, actually. We really find so much joy in each other, and we've gone through some really big shifts, so we're in a really good place right now. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Alrighty, well, go ahead and check the timestamps in the description. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this first reading for those who are not yet in union. Aloha and welcome back to those of you who this third pile was for, and those of you who are not yet in physical union. Whew. So I will tell you, my guides have been wanting me to get these messages out for so long, and I had some resistance in doing so, and I finally moved through that and was ready just in time for this portal to get these messages out. And I'm hearing that there is a lot of interference. So much interference, y'all. There are, I call them powers that were, my husband and I call them powers that were, that are really trying their hardest to interfere with these unions coming together. Because once those of you that are not yet in union, once you come together into unity, the entire, wow, they're telling me the entire cosmos, not just Earth space, but throughout the cosmos, is going to get an elevation. Thank you, an elevation. We really are raising the collective consciousness for those here on Earth and for those outside of Earth. I didn't realize it was that big, y'all. So this makes a lot of sense. This is why some of you have not yet come into the physical. So you may have been feeling like you're seeing the signs everywhere, the synchronicities are coming through, your guides are speaking to you, you know that there's love coming in, you finally have opened up your heart, you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable, you're waiting for something to happen, and nothing has happened yet. It could be that you are connecting with them already in the astral, you've met them, you're close, like you feel their energy, you feel it almost like it's tangible, like you can reach out and touch it, and yet there is no touch in the physical just yet. So they're saying there are some heavy powers that are trying to block this from happening. Now, these are lower vibrational spaces and places throughout the galaxies that are, it's not that they don't want this to happen, it's that they're not ready to rise. They're not ready to face their shit, do some shadow work, whatever it might be. They're not ready to consciously connect the way that some of us have already connected. And so there's resistance. And it's not, they're telling me it's not like this is interesting. They're saying it's not malicious that they're trying to keep these unions apart. It's like a comfort zone that they've gotten into. Like, we're, misery loves company, and like when you're in that comfort zone, it's like if you've experienced chaos or stress or trauma your entire life, and then you come into peace, it's a really foreign feeling, and it could be hard to open up to and to let happen. So the entire, multiverses, whatever you want to call it, is shifting with these unions that are coming together in unity, and with these upgrades that are happening for those that are in union. So know that there is a lot happening behind the scenes, and that is possibly why you may be waiting for this union to actually come into the physical. Now, they are telling me, free yourself from denying it in the spiritual. If you're connecting on the astral plane, if your union is coming to you through meditation or through deep rest, connect with them in that space. Stay in connection. You want to make sure that you're not severing the ties with them or trying to. Anyway, they're saying if you're a union, you can't sever the ties anyhow. In soulmate relationships, you definitely can, and you can call in a different soulmate. But if you are, in fact, a divine union, which is one soul in two bodies, there is no cutting ties, cutting cords, letting go. Believe me, my husband and I found that out as we were going through some really heavy shadow work, and it's not possible. So, okay, they're telling me go ahead and look at the cards. So I'm going to bring this up a little closer so you can see. And you see how she's literally filling her own cup, right? It's like no one else is around. She's recharging. This is a recharge station for her. And it definitely, I'm saying her because I feel a very strong feminine presence. And I feel like thank you. They're like, it's not just your feelings, it's us. What they're telling me is that it's time for the divine feminine in this particular group to pull back and give yourself some love. There needs to be some recharging. They're telling me specifically in the waters, if you can get into natural waters, rivers, lakes, oceans, the natural waters are going to cleanse and reconnect you with your body. They're saying there's some out of body experience that is happening with this pile. So perhaps they're reminding me of the first time I really came into meditation and yoga. I met a lovely woman who was meditating a lot, and she shared with me that she felt she was over meditating, that she would spend many, many hours daily in meditation because that was the only place where that she felt good, or that she would be able to connect. And they're saying the same thing. It's almost like some of you are like overdoing it and wanting to stay in that space where you're connected. So wanting to probably sleep more if you're connecting with them in the astral, or wanting to go into deep meditation more if you're connecting with them through that, or maybe even prayer, whatever it may be. And they're saying it's time to let go, loosen up the reins on reining this union reining it in, and allow yourself some freedom. Open up and give yourself a recharge. They're saying your energy really needs a recharge, and recharge is going to happen through play. It's going to happen through laughter. It's going to happen through adventure. It's going to happen through the waters. The waters are very big. They keep saying the waters. Get in the natural water so you can literally recharge your body. Okay, anything else for this card that is coming through? Nope, they're just saying take care of self. Take care of self. Okay, so just like a pulling back. It's coming, right? Things are coming together, but they're saying back off a little bit. Take care of you. Tap into your own heart space. All right, and then, see, so finding alignment, attunement, it really is you coming back into unity with self. There needs to be, they're saying there's been a disconnect. It's like you've been waiting for this union to happen for so long, or you have been getting so many signs and you know it's going to happen, that they're telling me trapped. I don't like that word, but they're telling me trapped, like basically trapped in this cycle of like, is it happening? Is it not happening? Is it going to happen? And then there's this desire that happens, and then when things don't come through the way that you're expecting, it really shifts your body, is what they're telling me, your body. And that's why they're wanting you to recharge, realign yourself, get back into your own self-love. Remember, when we radiate self-love, we're going to attract that in return. So if you are not in union yet, and I tell you this, when my husband and I tell our story, we talk about how when we came into union, we literally vibrated into each other. It was a frequency match. So your frequency may just be a little off right now, and they're saying, put love back into you, take care of you, get out of your mind and back into your body. They're not even saying heart, they're saying your body. Reconnect with your body. So maybe some more movement would be really good as well. They're saying specifically throughout the spine. I'm like feeling these sensations moving up and down the spine. So some movement that needs to happen there to free up some space and to take care of self. All right, and then we have the Akashic records coming through. And yeah, there's some old timelines that are still connected. It's like you're ready. You feel like you're ready for this union. You're getting all the signs. You know that it's coming through, and yet there's some past life stuff that's coming through and old timelines. They're telling me old timelines that have not been cleared yet. Okay, and can you confirm, Spirit, is this just for the feminine, the old timelines, or is this also for the masculine? It's mainly for the masculine. The feminine has cleared a lot. It's mainly for the masculine. The masculine is clearing through old timelines. So the only way to clear through those timelines, y'all, is to give them space and allow them to move through it however they need to move through it, and then be there to support in the spiritual, in the astral, when you're connecting. You know, if you're connecting telepathically, it's like sending them vibes that say like, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm not going anywhere, right? Like I'm here, I'm gonna stay here, I'm waiting. And it doesn't mean that you're sitting at home literally like waiting on a phone call or waiting for some magic to happen. Go out, live your life. They are saying rest though, like your body needs, there's some recalibration that's going on in the body, and your body needs rest. And they're telling me you may be, okay, can you confirm, Spirit? Yes, so your dreams have, pay attention to your dreams. There are messages coming through from the dreams as you have been helping the masculine clear through these old timelines that are no longer are no longer in alignment with where your union is headed. So also disconnect from that as soon as you rise up. Once you get back into the body, you rise up in the AM, make sure that you are getting back into you and your self-love, letting go of whatever happened in the astral, whatever you needed to do in that space to help your union, and then getting back into your radiant love. Yeah, inward revolution. You see that? It's this recalibration. You see, it's like these DNA strands that are coming down and these light codes that are here. Like this is the union, the union that's happening right now collectively. And they're asking you get back into self. You've got to be able to radiate that energy out. And if you're in any kind of fear, if you're in doubt, if you're in disbelief, if you're not trusting, any of that, you are not in the radiant energy where they're going to be able to connect with you. It's like you've already aligned and gotten to this space, and now you're holding the light. You're holding the light so they can make their way through and out of whatever old timelines or shadows or past life connections that they need to karmically let go of, is what I'm hearing. Karmically purge before they can come into union with you. All Right, and then we have reflection. Yeah, so the masculine is growing through some shadow right now. Some there's some karmic clearing that's happening, and they're not, okay, this is important. They're saying they are not acting like themselves. So if you know who your union is, or you have any idea who your union might be, they might be acting out of character. They might be doing things that you wouldn't expect them to do. So I know some unions have connected in the astral and know exactly who their partner is, and maybe have crossed paths, or somehow had not necessarily a like in the physical like touching, but in the visual. They're telling me in the visual. So you might have seen them passing by, you might have seen them like they're telling me you may have went to an event and just kind of brushed shoulders there, or you may have been introduced already and felt the vibration, and both of you needed to pull back and come into alignment. But the masculine right now, they're pointing out this. They're saying like, this is the feminine back here, like fully connected to the cosmos, very in tune, and then this masculine is just like out here in the wild, growing through the shadow, and almost like lost. The energy is they're giving me, like that masculine is lost and trying to find the light, trying to find the way out. So if you're not staying in your light, if you're not vibrating that frequency out, they may have a hard time finding you and coming into union with you, right? Because the masculine comes to the feminine. In my case, I know that my husband was connected with people that I was connected with for many months before we all finally crossed paths. And had my husband crossed paths with me a month earlier, 2 weeks earlier, maybe even like 3-4 days earlier, I would not have been in the frequency of being able to I would have not been in the same frequency as him. We would not have vibrated together in that moment. So I was growing through a lot of inner work, specifically codependence, emotional codependence that I didn't realize I had. And I had to move through that before I came into union with him. And I was lost, y'all. I was here in this space. So, and as they're telling me, as was he, right? Because they are reflections. Unions are a reflection of who we are. So if you're falling into your darkness, know that your union is falling into their darkness as well. So it's up to the feminine to guide and protect in the spiritual. So rise up, take care of yourself, give yourself some love, maybe have a spa day, disconnect, have some fun, go for a swim in a lake or the ocean, and reconnect with self. Okay, and then we have the deep blue dragon coming through. The deep blue dragon. All right, so this is the dragon to call upon that will clear the pathway forward. And basically, like they're showing me, they're saying this actually goes in between this space here. It's like, call this dragon in to move out all of that shadow and start. So some of you who chose this pile are very connected to dragon energy. If you are connecting to your dragons, make sure that you're using, not using, that's not a bad word, but let me cancel clear all of that. Be mindful that you are also calling in those dragons for your union, because union means that you are one soul in two bodies. So even though they may seem outside of you right now, even though you haven't come into the physical just yet, know that you are one. And so when you're calling in and clearing and doing whatever it is that you do to help self, know that you're also doing that for that part of your soul as well. All right. And then we have I speak up for myself and my needs. They're saying this is what the masculine needs right now. He's having a hard time speaking his truth. There's connected, they're saying connected disconnect. It sounds so funky. Okay, but that's what they're saying. They're saying like can you explain that further? Yeah, they're just saying that he's uh feeling a little choked up right now, like he can't fully speak or put into words exactly what he wants to say. And so it may be taking him longer to come into connection. And they're asking him to really, his guides are with him, asking him to step into his power, to work on his throat chakra, to come into that space. So actually, because the connection between the two of you, to help him out with this, you could work on your throat chakra. You can wear blue, you can eat blue, you can, like, so blue spirulina or blueberries. You can do like a guided meditation or an activation or a transmission or something to do with the throat chakra. You can listen to a throat chakra frequency. And speaking of, I have some things that I put together for the throat chakra and have not been able to post them yet, but now Spirit is telling me why they're there and that I absolutely need to post them soon, so they will be coming up real soon. But yeah, there needs to be, you see how my throat already started like choking up. It's clearing. They're telling me it's clearing, it's clearing, it's clearing. Yeah, you've got to stop seeing them as outside of yourself. See them as like you're coming into wholeness with them, and that right now it does feel like there's a piece of you missing. So you do have to be more mindful about how you are putting yourself together, what you do that makes you feel good. For self, I know that when I do yoga, I feel great. When I meditate, I feel great. When I'm out in the sun, when I'm swimming in the ocean, even when I just get dressed up and like put a little extra effort into my hair and makeup, or there are things that just make me feel really good when I get, when I go get like a pedicure or a massage, or like put that love into self, they're saying, and that will help. Okay, and then we have, the wolf again. Look at that. So you have two wolves on here. This is the energy that he's in. It's like he's wanting to come into his okay, they said back up. Okay, I'll back up. First of all, they're showing me this like crystal structure back here, and they're saying that you have a really divine protection when it comes to the spiritual realm. You have a huge team that is protecting you. So ask your team to be with your union, to help protect him, to help him move out of this darkness and into the light. Now, they're also saying that what's going to help him move through that space is you being authentic, you being fully yourself, unapologetic, allowing yourself to be you, speaking your truth, being in your power. All of those things are what is going to help this union come into the physical and be in the same frequency and alignment. All right, and we have honestly assessed. So much blue. I'm gonna put that there. Okay, honestly assess. What they're telling me is there may be some things that you are not being honest with yourself about. Okay, can you go deeper into that, Spirit, please? What is it that they're not being honest about? Your power. Your power. They're saying you are such a powerful being, and you know, it's like when you tap into your heart space, or when you go into deep meditation, or when you connect in deep rest, there is no like belief of this union happening or coming into the physical. You know. It is an inner knowing. There is nothing that anyone can do or say or try to implant into you to change that. So they're saying tap into, honestly assess the situations that are happening. If you're seeing things with your eyes, assess it with your heart. Is this real? Is this true? And then bring that back to self. Where does that connect with who you are? So let's say they're telling me like you see something and your eyes, you feel like your eyes are deceiving you, but you're also hearing things and it's so much information so fast that you're having a hard time pulling back. They're saying, one, like you see how this figure is looking over the entire city and really sitting up on this hill by themselves. Pull back, tap back into your own energy. Let everything else go. Let everything else go. Let it go. Disconnect from what people are telling you, what people are showing you, what you may be seeing in media, or even I spoke about this the other day, even with your own two eyes. You may walk into something and feel like it's real because you saw it with your own two eyes, and it actually is like it's actually like actors or a set or casting, like things that are happening, and people are going out and doing crazy things, and you're thinking it's real because you don't see like a camera following them around, and you can't see the purpose and why they would do that. But they're telling you in your heart, you have a deep inner knowing that nobody can shake. So tap back into that space. And I'm feeling like some stretching through the chest is going to really help. Opening up the chest, rolling the shoulders back, maybe even bringing the shoulder blades together behind you and really open up. And then as you do that, you can tilt your head up like you're looking up towards the sky, and open up through the throat, through the front of the throat, where you can actually start to shift some of that energy for both of you. Do you have to shift the energy for both of you? No, you don't have to. You don't have to do anything, obviously. You have free will. However, if you are wanting to come into union, which I believe most of you that chose this pile are, it is necessary for you to do your part in the spiritual as the feminine. We are the protectors. The feminine are the protectors in the spiritual. All right, so let me ask. Oh, and then they said, they're bringing it back. They said, and check the resonance. So if there's fear that comes in, let's say you saw something and immediately you went into fear. Where is that fear in your body? Because there is a resonance inside of you that is connecting to that which is outside of you. So if you're feeling fear when you see or hear something, it's because you already have it within you. It's just like it just triggers what's already inside of us, right? So they're saying assess yourself. What are you feeling, and how can you shift through that? Now they're showing me that as the divine masculine in this union is working through some shadow, it may mean that you also have some shadow to work through, right? Because we are mirror reflections. So they're saying tap into that. Maybe the shadow is just not taking care of yourself, not doing things for you, or staying attached to something that you have absolutely no control over making happen in the physical. Let it go. Let it go to a higher power. Let it go to your guides, to your passed on loved ones, to your support team that is helping you in the spiritual. We don't have to carry everything ourselves. That's why we have a support team in the spiritual. So assess what inside of you is feeling in resonance with that. Now, this is super important when you come by triggers. If something triggers you, and I've learned this practice and it helps me so much. I think my husband is still fascinated when I can do it, when he sees me do it. But as soon as I'm triggered by something, I am immediately asking, okay, what is the lesson? What do I need to learn? What is it about them that triggered me? Okay, it was this. And when have I experienced this in my lifetime? Oh, okay, it was here. Okay, and was that the earliest time that I experienced this in my lifetime? Oh no, it was 20 years prior, 10 years prior. It was when I was a 5-year-old. It was when I was a baby, whatever it was. I keep going back and back and back. It's like I'm zooming out and out and out until I can finally pinpoint where it started. And if I can't find something in this lifetime, it typically is coming from a past lifetime, which you can also let go of. It's like those old timelines are still needing to be cleared. Remember that in the Akashic that came up. Okay, what else do we have? Magic Guardian. It says unlock the magic within. Yeah, this is about you standing in your power. Instead of falling victim to what could be, instead of telling me to put that there, instead of going inward and getting into fear or doubt or victim mentality, they're saying stand up. I'm hearing that song, like stand up, get in your power. You are so much stronger than this, and this union is absolutely going to happen. So know that all those synchronicities, they are not for nothing. They're happening divinely to show you that things are coming together. Get out of your mind. Whenever you feel like you start to get into that space where you think it may not be happening, get out of the mind. Get out of the mind, right? The mind can play tricks on us. So reconnect with self. And I just saw 333. So you may be seeing that number as the synchronicity. All right. Any last messages for those that have not come into union yet? They're saying stay in hope. Interesting. I wouldn't think that there would need to be hope, but can you tell us, Spirit, why you're using that word? Why hope? Because they're saying some of you are ready to tap out. Like you're tired. You've been waiting, you've been processing. It's like, I keep doing all this work and nothing's happening. I just want to let go. I just want to sever the tie. I just want to completely detach. And they're saying that is not possible. That is not possible. So bring hope back into your heart. And what that does, they're telling me, is that it comes one and the same. When we have hope, then we can connect to faith, then we can connect to trust, then we can connect to a higher power coming through and helping us get to where we need to be. We don't have to do it alone. Okay, anything else for those that are not in union yet? No, just take care of self. Take care of self. Alrighty. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take care. Adios. All right, welcome back to those of you who have been in physical union and are now in separation. All right, so I'm going to pull this a little closer so you can see it. Let's see if I can get it to zoom. There we go. It's a little bit clearer. Okay, so they're showing me there's still, like, they're saying there's still hope with this pile. Like, they're showing me the phones that they're on, like the receivers. It's like they're still receiving messages from each other, possibly connecting in the astral. And yet they have these rings around them and this draconian figure that is basically watching over them, like keeping them in separation, creating this energy that is keeping them separated. Okay, so what they're telling me, well, first they want me to give you this mantra. It says, by honoring my free will, I liberate myself from the chains of my shadows through the positive choices that I make. Okay, so some shadow that you both have been processing through. They're telling me both the masculine and the feminine have been processing through a lot of shadow work. Now, this is lifetimes, they're telling me. Lifetimes in different galaxies, in different star systems. This runs deep. Your union, this union runs a lot deeper than most. There's a lot of karmic clearing that needed to happen with this union and is still happening. Now they're saying the problem is some of these unions have gotten into shadow, and instead of processing and working through it, they've gotten comfortable in that space. Like you've had a lot of lifetimes together where there was a lot of conflict. And so they're saying that that conflict came, all of that conflict from all those other lifetimes is what came through into this lifetime, into the union when you were together. So it could have just been a brief moment. It could have been like one argument or one fight that caused you to separate, but the energy that was behind that was coming from all of these past lives. It's, whew, y'all, it is so much. I can I I feel like something is coming in and putting pressure like over my heart and around my neck. It's like this they're telling me it's a disconnect from the cosmic heart. Okay, interesting. A disconnect from the cosmic heart, and cluttered or cloudy high heart and heart space. It's like there's been so much judgment is what they're telling me. A lot of judgment. It's like the connection was severed because of the amount of judgment. Is this judgment in the relationship? No. This is judgment just individually that came through. So I don't know, maybe you're in your union, you had a lot of judgment energy, and your partner was also very judgmental, and there's like this energy of perfectionism that's coming through. It's like things had to be perfect, and when they weren't, it just didn't work out, or I wanted this a specific way, and now I feel like I can't have it that way, so I don't even want the union anymore. It's a really interesting energy. Let's open up and see what else wants to come through for those that are in separation. Okay, they said leave it upside down. So this is the belief card. It says beliefs make it real, right? So what we believe in becomes truth, y'all. What we believe in becomes truth. And they're saying right now, what you're believing in is upside down. It's like there's mind tricks that have been played on you, and you're, instead of tapping into the heart space, because it's so clouded right now, because there's so much clutter, they're telling me, in the heart space, that it's caused disbelief. It's caused almost like the energy they're giving me is, if you go looking for something, you're going to find it, because we are the creators. We have creator energy that moves through us. So if we're constantly thinking that someone is cheating on us, well, eventually they're going to cheat on us. We are calling in that energy. If we are thinking that we're not good enough for someone, eventually we're not going to be good enough for that person, because we are calling in that energy. So they're saying the mind is in control right now. So okay, can you go deeper, Spirit? So they're saying the mind is in control and the heart is clouded. There's so much clutter in the heart space. Okay, there is so much that needs to be let go of. They want you to let go. They want you to purge the heart. There's so much grief in the heart. I feel like tears that want to come through, that want to be shed, and you're not allowing it to happen. It's like the energy I get is like wrath, like vengeful almost, like, you're not doing this to me again, or no one's gonna get to my heart again because I'm keeping it guarded, and you're not, they're telling me you're not protecting yourself with that. You're actually doing more harm to yourself than you are protecting it. Okay, let's see what else. The Holy Grail. The Holy Grail. Okay, they're telling me to keep it upside down, but I want to turn it right side up real quick just so we can see what's going on here. Okay. All right. So the Vesica Pisces is the one thing that stands out to me. That's these two circles that are connected here, and there's some dark spots down here where it's connected to Earth. So what it's telling me is that in the higher realms, you of course you are in a much better space. You are together in union. There is wholeness with the soul. However, once you came down into Earth realm, into the physical, it's like things flipped upside down. Yeah, it's the energy of this union, y'all. It seems so backwards and heavy, so heavy. I feel it in my shoulders, specifically on like the right side. There's some shoulder pain that's coming through that tells me that you're holding on to a lot, that you're feeling like maybe you feel like you had to be the one to carry the weight of the relationship, and you carried it and carried it and carried it for so long, and then it just got to the space where you were like, you couldn't carry it anymore. It got to be too heavy, and you closed down your heart. Like, I'm literally seeing like this person walking with a big heavy box on their right shoulder, and it's so heavy that they're literally getting smaller, and like they're collapsing. Their knees are giving out. It's like their ankles give out, and then their knees give out, and then they fall to their knees, and then the box falls off, and then they fall forward, and it's like slam on the concrete. It's been like you've carried so much for so long, and you tried to be the strong one. You tried to be the one that would shift through their energy for them. You tried to they're telling me you tried to not only protect in the spiritual but also in the physical, that there were some deep dark shadows that came up, and instead of allowing them to go into those places alone, you went there with them. Now, this may seem very honorable, and I'll tell you, at one point I was that same way. My husband got into some shadow. I really wanted to go deep into that shadow with him and help him clear it. And I got to a space myself where I knew that if I continued to go through that shadow with him, that I was going to completely lose myself, that there was no turning back. I would get to a space where I was so worn down and weak that I wouldn't have any energy or love to put back into myself. And in that moment, I knew that I had to pull back. I had to get out of that space, and I had to tell him, I love you, and I'm going to be here when you rise, but you absolutely need to rise up to where I am. I can no longer go into this darkness with you. I cannot walk through these shadows with you. They are too dark, and they're pulling me down into the depths, and I absolutely will not go there again in this lifetime. I've been to those dark spaces. I'm never going back. So I had to pull back, and I didn't know if he was going to have the energy or the strength to get through it. Now, I did call in his team, his guides, all of my guides to support him. I called in whoever I was working with at the time. I believe it was Archangel Michael, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary. I called in all of these guides to come in and be with him and protect him and watch over him, because there was nothing else that I could do. And at that point, I had to let go and give it to a higher power. And they're saying, you got to that point and you didn't let go. You kept holding on, and it kept drawing you deeper and deeper. And now you're in this space where you're severed, right? Like the connection has been they're giving me a word that I don't know. It might not even be a word, it may just be a frequency. Asatanana, okay. They're saying there's a word for this separation in the higher realms, and there's not really a word in our language that helps, but they're just gonna come through. Okay, so they just wanted to bring that frequency through. Your soul will resonate. Your soul will pick up on the message that it needed to receive from that. Let's see what else we have. Okay, we have the authentic truth. Authentic truth. That's what we're trying to get back to. They're saying that's the point of creation. That's the spark. That's the it's they're just saying the point of creation. It, like, you know, again with that, like Vesica Pisces, that point of where everything begins. This actually, they're saying, look at it. It looks like the tree of life, and where things, you know, where things were formed in this realm. And they're wanting you to go back into that zero space, that space of maybe feeling like the void, that space of nothingness, that space of recreation, what's the word, Spirit, please? Recalibration. It's like you need a tune up. This union definitely needs a tune up, and that tune up has to happen with self before it could happen with the union. It has to, everything in unions has to help happen with self before it can fully come into union with the other. All right. Okay, they said don't mind the word, don't look at the word, but they're pointing out just the fire, like that there's some purging, there's some deep purging that needs to happen. It's like, walk through the fire. You're there. You chose to go into this darkness with them. You chose to continue to move into that darkness, and now it's like you're surrounded by the fire, and the only way out is through. The only way out is through. You've got to step through that fire. You've got to go. You may get like, this may not, they're like, don't sugarcoat it. This is not an easy experience. This is not something that's going to come lightly. Oh man, this is heavy. Okay, so what do you mean, Spirit, by them stepping into that fire? It's like your deepest, darkest depths of your shadow, things that you never thought you would have to process through again. It's like they're coming back around and being put right in your face so that you can go deeper into them. And temptation is coming through in that space. There's a lot of temptation. There are a lot of lower frequency energies that are coming through with this pile. So if you are in separation, they're saying keep going, keep moving. I'm hearing the country song. It's like, if you're going through hell, keep on moving, don't turn back. You might get out before the devil even knows you're there. It's like, keep going, just keep moving. Don't stop. Don't allow yourself to get comfortable in that space. Don't allow yourself to fall into these lower vibrational frequencies. Don't allow yourself to disconnect from a higher power. Don't allow yourself to pull back from community and loved ones and friends. Don't allow yourself to isolate. They're saying like you need love and connection and family And this doesn't mean blood family, y'all. It means just family is those that resonate with you, that are there for you, that love you, that care for you. And maybe you tap out of doing specific things with them. Maybe you're not like, I don't know. They're telling me I've been in this space. Thank you, Spirit. I've been in this space before, and I went down this cycle of isolation and disconnecting from a higher power. And I literally will tell you, I was in hell on earth. It was this space where I was growing through it, y'all. It was so much. Uh, and what kept me there for so long was how isolated I was. It was not being in community. So they said you could show it now. So they want you to come into a community, a loving, supportive community. This means people that are not doing lower vibrational shit, people who can connect with you. And it doesn't mean that, like, I mean, there are things that lower your vibrational frequency, and it doesn't mean that you need to not do those things. It just means that you need to have a path that you're on, or a higher connection. I heard this call recently, and this is really relevant for this, so I'm going to share it with you. There was somebody that I was listening to, and this speaker was saying, you know, I connected with this homeless person, and we shared a meal together, and I was called to share my God with them. And my God, they said, this is the person talking, is a forgiving God. And they said, I was told, you know, intuitively to tell them, like, you don't have to stop drinking. You don't have to stop using drugs. If that's your path, if that's your journey, you'll eventually get out of that. And be thankful. Like, be thankful while you're in that journey, while you're still growing through it. I'll tell you, probably the one thing that kept me going when I was at my lowest, when I was a fully functional alcoholic, was that I found little things to be thankful for. Whether it was like a coworker that made me smile, or like said silly jokes and made me laugh, or, you know, it was I don't know, getting a free meal when I expected to pay full price for it, or getting a discount, or I don't know, something like so jovial that, like, it brought me some encouragement. It gave me hope. Okay, go ahead and flip. Okay, so we have the green dragon. It says to help you tune into the secrets of nature. All right, so this dragon is coming through specifically because they want you to connect with nature. That nature, Mother Nature, y'all, will cleanse and clear and uplift us so much quicker than anything else. It's like, get out, connect with nature, find your breath, maybe walk barefoot through some grass, or connect with the waters. The waters have been coming through so much lately. So maybe connect with, you know, in a waterfall. Actually would be amazing for y'all if you are anywhere near a waterfall, or you can get to a waterfall safely. You know, get under that waterfall and just let it cleanse and clear everything that you are ready to let go of, and let yourself open that heart back up. Clear those clouds in the heart, clear the clutter that is built up around the heart. If not a waterfall, even showers are really good. But, you know, be mindful of what you're calling in when you're in the shower. Not just cleansing your body, but cleanse your spirit as well. Cleanse your soul. Cleanse the things that are coming through that are keeping you in these lower vibrational, deep shadow energies. It says, I am a curious explorer, eager to learn new things. Yeah, they're saying, like, there needs to be a connection to something more. Not just self, not just, you know, like they're showing me, like, they're showing me a person, like, you know, going to work, doing what they need to do in society, and then going back home and being all alone and completely disconnecting from the world outside of them. And like I said, I've been in this space, and they want you to rise through this. They want you to come out, explore, get some air underneath your wings, start moving through these energies, whether it's moving your body. I had clients that I've told them, I've had clients say, like, I'm too exhausted to walk. I'm depressed, I'm tired, I don't have the energy. And I tell them, just walk to the end of the block or walk outside. Like, if you're in an apartment complex, walk around the apartment complex that you're in, just the one building, not the entire complex, right? Or if you're in a home, walk all the way out to the street side and then walk back, and then keep doing that. And the more you do that, the more you'll be open to doing it more, and the more you'll be able to get out into nature. So for me, it started as like, uh, the house that I was living in was maybe 8 houses from the end of the block. I would walk to the end of the block and walk back. And that was enough to just open me up, get that air moving through me, get my body moving, start to move some of the dense energies that were holding me back. And then, as I continued doing that and I got stronger in my spirit and in my mind, then, I was able to maybe do that twice, or maybe walk around the block, or maybe walk from one end of the block to the other and then back, or then eventually it was like down the street to the park, or okay, now I'm going down the street to the park. Well, now it would be nice to go for a little hike, or go to the beach and go for a long walk. It's training your body to start moving through some of these energies and opening up to the life force around you. That's why they're saying breathe. Breathe. Breath work would be really good for y'all to push through some of this density. So if you can look into your area, see if there's any breathwork practitioners or any breathwork events that you can go to that would be really, really good for you. If not, get on YouTube. There are so many channels on YouTube that give free breathwork lessons, and you can do some breathwork there that will really help you move through these energies. Okay, and then we have the Wolverine. Yeah, see, it's almost like they're showing me like there's this isolation that's happening and this protection. They're showing this shield here, like, that's covering the cosmic heart, which is the upper right side of the chest, and the high heart and the heart. And then they're showing me this figure in the back. It's almost two things. It's almost like he's standing underneath a waterfall, and it's like there's a really beautiful white phoenix rising. So there's hope. There's definitely hope that hasn't left this pile. There's it's like, you still have that connection. There's still a connection there that is not going anywhere. Once you move through these energies, it'll all become a lot lighter, and you'll be able to get closer to coming back into union if that's what you choose to do. But right now, just there's some things that really need to be moved through first. Okay, and then once you move through those, you'll be able to celebrate the breakthroughs again, like that phoenix type energy. It's the phoenix energy that's coming through. It's like you will rise out of this, y'all. This isn't a forever thing. This isn't a I'm never gonna be in a relationship again, or I'm never gonna trust someone again, or I'm never gonna open up, or this isn't that. This isn't any of that. This is, I have some shit I need to work through. I have shielded myself. I have cluttered my heart space. I have maybe even lied to myself, I'm hearing. Like, not been in truth or integrity with self. And I'm ready to get back on track. I'm ready to start doing the work, even if it's just a little bit of movement, to start to get the energy moving through my body, and allowing myself to purge some of the emotions that are that have become like stagnant or trapped within. Right, and the last card we have here is the Wise One. It says grow within your current situation. Yeah, so perhaps connecting to someone who has been through this before, has been through a separation, or even just connecting. They're like, you can connect with anyone who's been through any kind of heartache, any kind of separation, any kind of loss. somebody who is has had these experiences and can just share experiences and what they've moved through and what's helped them. That's why community is so important, because we can feed off of each other and give each other ideas to work through things, and also hold space and be there to support each other as we work through them. All right, anything else that wants to come through for this pile that is in separation? Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, adios. Welcome to those of you who are in union. All right, I'm actually really happy that they chose to do this pile last, because I am in union and the energy coming through for this feels really good. There is these upgrades that are happening with those of us that are in union. They feel otherworldly, because they're bringing us into a new form of union. They're purging. There's a purging of all lower vibrational energies, resentment, anger, miscommunication, and rising into the most divine love. Even more, like, sometimes I feel like there can't be more love than what I experience with my husband, with my union, because we are so in love, and our love is like nothing that we've ever experienced here in Earth Realm before we came into union. And it's like, just when I feel like it can't get any better, it does. And that's what this pile is about. It's like things are about to get a whole lot better. So they're showing me here her, like, this image, and she's grabbing and taking the wands. It's like take what's yours. It's time to step up, be in your power. You and your union together have done a lot of work for the collective, whether you know it or not. And it's time for you to reap the rewards. There's some gifts that are coming through for you. And I feel like this is in the physical. Can you confirm, Spirit? Yes, in the physical. There are going to be some physical gifts that are coming through that are going to help elevate this union. So let's see what else wants to come through here. All right, we have possibility. There are no limitations. None. Yes, I love this card. This came through recently in one of my readings, that the sky is not the limit, that there is so much more out there, that it's an expansion of the mind that is happening right now for these unions. It's opening up to the possibilities of so much more, of knowing, not just believing, but knowing how abundant Earth space is, and how we can have everything that we've ever wanted, and how we can help others rise into this same space of gratitude and love and joy and peace and prosperity. Wow. Okay, let's see what else. We have this sword of light. Yes, these unions are divinely protected. There's been, y'all, if your union is anything like mine, you have moved through some major dense energies. There's been everything to try to separate us, to keep us apart, to us growing through some of our deepest, darkest shadows, to be able to be here in this vibration now. So there's a breakthrough that's happening with this union, and I feel like it's a rising into a space where you're never going to have to question anything about your union ever again. There's just this aura around the union that is going to amplify and radiate out and help others. Like I said, help others come into this abundant space of joy and gratitude and love and peace and respect and Oh, all the good things. Okay, what else do we have? Grounding. Yeah, see, so this image reminds me of like when my husband and I anchored our love into Gaia. We literally went out onto a mountain. We connected, we embraced, and in that moment, it was like our roots went down into the mountain, and we had this cosmic light that lifted off into the higher realms. This is what's happening with these unions that are in these connections that are in union, that are in happy union. They're telling me, like, not in separation, in a really good space. There's it's like everything you've ever wanted is going to come to you. They're pointing out these hands that are like holding this, I guess, earth-like figure here, but it's like there's an energy of these hands of like the universe giving to you, like, here, you've done the work, you've put love and joy and peace and respect and honor into different spaces and places and people and things, and because of that, these gifts are coming to you now. You are not only upgrading your union, but you are up leveling your life. You are elevating your life to a much, much higher frequency. Communication is going to be unlocked, they're telling me. So if you had any communication problems before, if there were things that you feel like you still needed to move through, they're telling me the communication is currently in transition with these upgrades, and once it fully transforms, you're even going to be able to connect telepathically. Divine unions are going to be able to look at each other and know what the other one is thinking. There's such a unique connection between the two. Even, they're reminding me, like, even recently, my husband will think something and I'll say it out loud, or vice versa. And this is the kind of energy that you're going to have moving forward. It's such a special connection. All right, and then we have the aquamarine dragon from Neptune. This enables you to access your deepest soul's wisdom. So yes, this is a leveling up for your psychic abilities. This is connecting telepathically. This is, they're telling me, being able to draw in and create exactly what it is that you want. Whatever you feel like is going to benefit not only yourselves, but those around you. It's like you have this soul family or tribe connection, and everyone that's connected to your union that has been there to support you and love you and help guide you through whatever you've been growing through, they are coming along with you for this ride. They are going to benefit from you being able to open up as a union and receive this soul knowledge that is coming through. These wisdom codes, they're telling me wisdom codes. Interesting. Okay. All right. So they're saying don't look at the words. They're like, those are not important. It's just the image that we wanted to bring through on this. So you see the image there. It's like a droplet of water, and inside is this lovely forest with this sun. It looks like the sun rising through here, and they're saying, like, it's infinite. Thank you, Spirit. Infinite opportunities. You are unlocking infinite opportunities for your union. Everything that's like, from everything from like a new home to new soul connections to anything that you want. Like, they're saying, even just the most mundane things that you can call into your life, you're going to be able to call them in. If you want a new car, you're going to get a new car. If you and it's because they're like, remind them why. It's because you've done so much work in anchoring your love, in moving through, in processing, in balancing out, and aligning yourselves internally so that you can help others come into their union, in receiving codes that you then are sharing with others to help them rise up. There's so much coming through with this pile. All right, and we have the jackal with truth. With truth. Yeah, it's like there's the 44. They're showing me the 44 there. Yeah, it's this energy of like you've been through some shit, seriously. Like there's been major growth with this pile. Those of you who have stayed in union, I know from our union alone, it has not been easy. There's been so much that we needed to process through and work through to get to where we're at. And because of that, and because of all of the surrendering and trusting and love and gratitude that you continue to put out there, there is so much that is coming back to you. Whew, the gifts, they're like, show them the back of that card. Yes, it's fully receiving. Like she's holding her hands in this lotus mudra, and there's all this light and rose petals coming down into her hands. It's like fully opening up to receive, and they're showing me her dress is fully open. So what's coming down is not just getting caught in her hands, it's washing over her, and she's capturing it all here in her dress. They've never shown me this card, the back of this card like this before. It's interesting. Okay, let's see what's on the front. Yeah, be magnetized. Yes, that is whatever energy you're putting out there. You are like literally like a magnet. They're saying everything you touch turns to gold. Yes, you have the golden touch. What's happening with these union upgrades, wow, it is going to take you to a whole new vibration. And they're saying like you can be in the same space, same time, but you're going to be so elevated. And they're saying everything else that you may have worried about or you had to process through in the past, it's all gonna fall by the wayside. There's no need to carry it anymore, and you know that. And so it's like, just let your radiant heart shine and call in any and everything that you want to receive. All right, and then we have White Witch with Be the Light. Yes, this was a fast reading, but they're telling me it's because it's been a long time coming, that there's been a lot of work that has happened through this union, and it's time for you to receive, to fully open up. They're showing me just like the balance in the colors here, that everything is aligned, everything is balanced, everything is like you are ready for that quantum shift or that quantum leap into this higher level of consciousness. So allow yourself to move through this portal and know that on the other side there is so much joy, laughter, play, fun. Oh my goodness, adventure, excitement. There's so many good vibrations coming in for this pile. All right, I know this was a quick message, Spirit, but is there anything else that needs to come through for those that are in union already, for the upgrades that are coming through for this union? They're just saying, allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to receive. You are worth it. So even if it feels like it's a lot, open up. Know that you completely deserve it. Completely deserve it. Alrighty. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time. Adios.